G'day folks, I'm Doug Johnson. Welcome to another 4x4galore adventure. Outback Travels Part 1. We'll take you from Melbourne up to Broken Hill, Tibooburra, Inaminka, Birdsville, Big Red, SSprings, Uluru, Chambers Pillar, Fink, Dalhousie and more. A phenomenal trip, 2.5 weeks and 7,500 kilometres. Sit back, relax and enjoy it. And now we're on the road to Silverton. It's a nice little camping spot. Well, it used to be, if it's still there at Silverton, much nicer than anything that we've found in Broken Hill before. So we'll head there for the night. It's all pretty desolate all round. Not much growth anywhere. Although this year there's a bit of grass along the side of the roads and everything. So maybe there has been a bit of rain here. It certainly seems a little bit greener than the last time I was up this way. Lots of dips in the road. Boy, when it rains it must really rain, so they've got to have these dips to run the water straight across the road. Well folks, we're in a little town called Silverton. In fact, that's a tiny little town, about 25 kilometres out of Broken Hill. We've come down here to camp tonight. Boy, that was a big drive today, up from Melbourne to Mildura, and then Mildura to Broken Hill, and then another 25 k's out here to Silverton. I think I've mentioned before, this is a great little park, away from it, better than any of the caravan parks down in town, and it's so quiet. You've got your own little area to work with, as you can see around here, and now we'll just kick back and relax and think about cooking some tea. Camels. First lot of camels for the trip. Well, we've left Broken Hill now. We're on the Silver City Highway, making our way towards Tibooburra. We've got about 330 k's to do to get to Tibooburra, and from memory everything changes, although it's so green at the moment, but we'll see what brings us further along the road here. Not far out of Broken Hill and the bitumen ends. Suddenly we're on this gravel road, beautifully graded at the moment, nice and smooth. Travel along normal highway speeds here, just got to watch some of the little dips or floodways just to make sure that they're not too rough, but it's pretty good. I believe there was a sign just back there, we've only got another few k's and we'll be back on the bitumen again. So from memory, this used to happen all the time. You'd go a few k's on bitumen, then a few k's on gravel. Perhaps they did that so it gave you passing opportunities on the bitumen. Anyway, it's a bit of a change in our first gravel roads for the trip so far. Camber Motors Mornington 4x4 Servicing. Their ultra-modern 4x4 workshop is more than capable of servicing vehicles like this V8 Monster or my very own Prado. Ring Camber now on 5975 9900. Want to advertise on the internet? Well, here's your chance. Really cheap, really good advertising with stacks of freebies. Email us info@4x4galore.com. This is a bit bit different finding a few hills out here. Normally it's really flat, but come up to some hills here. Boy, they look pretty barren. This is Tibooburra. Boy, it was a hard drive there, a lot of dirt, more dirt than I seem to recall, and phenomenal gale force winds we were heading straight into all the way up there. So as a result, fuel consumption will suffer, no doubt. There's the Tibooburra Hotel on the right, and now the Family Motel Lodge. This is the main street of Tibooburra. Well, we've turned off at the Olive Downs turn-off now. We did a lefty there after about 19 k's from Tibooburra, and now we're heading along this loop road. For some reason there were 40 km/h signs stuck up. Not quite sure why. Perhaps the road's pretty new and they don't want it getting ripped up. Well, coming up the Olive Downs road, we've come to what they call a tank here. This little dam. There's not too much water in it though. Not looking too crash hot there. Well, we're actually going through 12 Mile Creek here. Now we've come to the end of it. When it rains, it's probably quite a pretty big creek. Well, this must be what they call the jump up country. All these hills around here. Certainly a change from all the real flat stuff we've been through. Finally, we've made it to the Olive Downs camping area here. Nice little area, but I forgot there'd been a bushfire right throughout this Sturt National Park, and everything's burnt out here, so there's not as much cover as we would have liked. It's exceptionally windy. It's been absolutely blowing a gale all day, which hasn't been that good. But anyway, we got here, got a camp all set up here and everything, and then we thought, we'll have a nice cool drink. Got our water containers out. We just purchased them brand new. When I got them home, I gave them a thorough rinse and an air out before I refilled them, filled them up with water. We get here, go to get our lovely cool drink, as it's a hot day. Blow me down if it doesn't taste like chemicals, fly spray or something right throughout both containers. Brand new containers. They're supposed to be, say everywhere, water only, drinking water only, and we had to throw all the water out, our whole 40 litres out. We're lucky we've bought some reserve. We've got 5 litres of water in a little flask of pure water we bought, so that'll get us by. And we're also lucky that there's a tank of water here at Olive Downs. It's not supposed to be fit for drinking. It certainly tastes one heck of a lot better than the water out of these things. So we're doing these another clean with some detergent and a really good rinse out. And what we're doing, we're boiling up the water here, and we're gradually going to fill these with boiled water and keep our fingers crossed that this time they'll taste as good as gold. Anyway, just a bit of a warning to always try these containers out before you actually get away. It's something we should have really have done. Filled them up, let them sit for a few days, then tried the water out. Never mind, we'll know next time. Catch you later.
That's the end of part 1 of our Outback Odyssey. What a fantastic trip. What a fantastic country. Don't just sit in that chair and procrastinate. Grab the pen and paper and start planning your trip now. Next episode, part 2, will take us on some little used tracks through to Inaminka. See you out there.